And we're live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 8 of the Business and Learning Show. Thank you, Elena, for that little thing. We are so glad that you are here. This show highlights tips and tricks entrepreneurs can use to grow and sustain their business. So for more information on this show and other episodes, you can go to businessandlearning.com to find out more information about the show, about Elena or myself, and what we do here at Business and Learning. So thank you again for joining us live. We are streaming simultaneously through YouTube as well as Facebook. So make sure to leave us any kind of comments or questions for either one of us or our very special guest tonight. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll even include you right into the show. So, hi, Elena.
Hi, Tammy. All right. So today we have an amazing duo. I am super excited to talk to them. So, having great skin is seriously one of the most important things. You can't have a good foundation. A house is not well built without a good foundation. So
Absolutely.
Taking care of your skin is super important. And our featured guest should know, because they have over 15 years of beauty experience. And from that experience, they focus on women and achieving and maintaining a flawless skin. So Face Flawless Skin Clinic is run by Christene and Felicia Walker, with a mission to provide women with the right information, techniques, and products to achieve the best skin possible. So we want to welcome both of them today to the show. We are super excited to have you guys.
Hi, guys.
Thank you.
Ladies, we are so glad that you are joining us tonight. Ever since Elena kind of told me about you guys and what you guys do, I was like, oh my God, we have to get these girls on the show, and we definitely have to talk to them, and I'm just very excited.
Awesome. We're happy to be here.
Really? Yes, and look at you guys. Like, you guys have like the beautiful skin. And they're like hide in the dark. So thank you guys so much for joining us today, and would love to know, how did you guys meet each other? How'd you guys get connected?
Well, I'll tell the story. I think I always end up telling the story. We were at an event. This was over 10 years ago. Twitter was just popping off, and we were at this event, and it was very, very bad. And we looked across the room, and our eyes met, and we knew that we really didn't belong there.
I love that.
We connected on that vibe, and that's how we met. Yeah,
very true.
So that was over 10 years ago.
It was just meant to be, right? Just,
it was
yeah.
It was definitely preordained. We were just like, is this event whack? Yeah, it is. Why are we here? No, I don't think so.
You're breaking up a little bit.
So once you guys did meet, how did you guys decide to kind of come together to create all the amazing things that you've created and kind of coat? I forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah. So again, as Christene said, we just kind of found ourselves together, kind of connecting in this crowd of folks. And we both had prior beauty experience. And I think that was something that we connected on, ways to work together in connecting our beauty experience. And in working together in beauty, we came to the conclusion that women were constantly asking the same questions over and over. And again, we both have over 15 years of experience in beauty, but we found that women were still having a hard time getting very specific, basic information about skincare. They didn't feel like information was being customized for them. They weren't getting fact-based information. It felt like a lot of fluff. And we're just like, wow, how are people still asking the same basic questions? And so we put our heads together and created this platform around providing women with really thoughtful, fact-based skincare information.
That's awesome. I mean, because you would think that with Google and the internet and all these other things, that people would have it right at their fingertips. But there are still a lot of people going, well, how can I take better care of my skin? And what are the products that are out there that can help me with my type of skin texture, or where I live. If I live in the South and I'm constantly in the sun, or if I live up north where it's cold all the time, and you have to deal with the varying temperatures. So now, one of the things I think that is really very cool is you guys do shopping tours. Can you tell us a little bit more about that service that you provide?
So this is something that we do for and with brands. So we'll we'll identify our favorite products from that particular brand, and we'll go into the location. We'll shoot pictures, and then we'll invite our audience to come in. Provide light bites. Some more often than not, they're champagne, because those are the kinds of ladies that we are. We like champagne. And we'll just walk them through each product, how we use it, the skin type that it will work for, how to pair it with other things, how it might work for their skin, and we just take it from there. Felicia?
Yes, one thing that I want to add on is that, as you were talking, Tammy, about women just feeling like the information isn't available for them, I think there has also been a trust factor where women don't feel like there's this trusted authority where everyone's like, oh my God, here's this product, it's so cool, it feels great, yay, buy it. Now my $2,000, So I think women were feeling like they didn't have that trusted resource that they could go to, and we identified that women connected with us in this way, that they did trust us because they've been with us through a lengthy process of creating content for, whether it's digital, whether it's social media, whether it's blog, editorial, print. We've been creating content and products and consulting and doing lots of things for a long time. So we had that trust equity with women. And that's a big part of why our shopping tours are so successful, because we have that trust factor. We come with the authenticity, we come with the information, the facts, and we're able to really shepherd our audience and maybe introduce them to a brand that maybe they didn't think was for them, wouldn't be right for their skin type, but in us kind of breaking down, here's the brand, this is the product, these are the ingredients, here's how it works. And coming from us, it's kind of like a little bit of a hand holding. So they have these trusted authorities that they look to. And we also partner with experts. And when we do work with brands, we will partner with their experts and maybe their R&D folks, or their dermatologists or plastic surgeons. So we bring a lot of authority to the table. And that's part of why I know that our shopping tours are really successful.
That's awesome. Now, do you guys look at one particular type of product, like clean beauty, or is it just kind of depending on what your audience is maybe looking for? If you have some people,
love all of it.
Okay.
So, yeah, all of it really, as long as it works. So there are a lot of controversial ingredients, and we try to do as much research as possible on the various ingredients before we say, okay, this is just like marketing hype, or this is something that some other influencer might have said, oh, this is trash, without any real facts. So we can look at something like that and say, hey, so we read these 17 articles and scientific papers, and we don't see anything that points to this. Hi, Phoebe. We don't see anything that points to this being bad for you. So that's something that we pride on ourselves on, is just really looking at the science and really looking at the facts, and then deciding, what we're going to use, what we're going to recommend to our audience.
And beyond products, we also explore services, injectables, plastic surgery, in-office procedures. So we definitely go beyond products as well.
Okay. I need to come to your skin clinic then.
I know. I'm like,
we miss our clinics. We miss them.
Yeah, we miss them. Yeah.
Yeah. So since we're kind of segueing a little bit because of pandemic, you guys can't do them in the stores because nothing's open. So what are your tips with everyone kind of going through this pandemic stuff? That some skincare, some skincare tips that people can be doing with while they're in quarantine.
Yeah, especially because everyone's under stress, and I feel like that brings out
Yes.
kind of the worst in our skin. So,
Yeah.
what are you guys' hacks on that?
Well, I mean, I would say, first of all, you need to join us every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Central for our live Instagram facials.
Yeah.
We've done, I think we just wrapped up 2 months. So we've done 8 so far. And we do one every Friday. We just walk you through the various steps in a at-home facial. So from the cleansing, steaming, extractions, exfoliating, applying your care products. We walk you through all of that live, so you see us without all the makeup. You watch us literally rubbing off our mascara live. So that's step number 1. Join us on Fridays for facials. Felicia?
Yes, that's definitely step number 1. But we found that, again, because everyone is sheltering in place, that we're unable to do our offline business in the same method. So we have something very cool that we'll be launching in about a month or so that really helps to address bringing what we do outside, bringing that to folks at home. And then again, as Christine mentioned, we have our every Friday facials, which we're teaching folks how to create their own at-home facial. So we do lots of different focus. And part of what I think is cool about doing the at-home facial is that we have different skincare needs, Christine and I, and so you get to see 2 facials happening simultaneously. And it's a good point of education because it shows women that week to week what you're going to focus on is different. And I think that so many women get stuck in, this is what I do, this is my face wash, this is my moisturizer. But as your skin changes, your products will change, and then to get the most out of your products and get the result that you want, it really does need to change. So I think our weekly facials are a good example of that, and just kind of seeing how we pivot on a weekly basis to care for our skin and impart that education. But hopefully, as outside opens, we will be resuming more of our offline events. But for now, there's a big focus on creating content that bring some of our skin clinic elements to folks as we are all sheltering in place.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is seriously awesome. And kind of one of the things that you mentioned about pivoting and changing and how you've taken everything from in-person to offline. I know that you've added in other things like affiliate marketing. So how have you changed your business to work with these new times?
So before, everything that we did online supported something offline. So we would have our skin clinics, and then the content that we created, let's say a month before and a month after, was all related to the brands that were sponsors for the clinic. Now, since we don't have that, and we want to stay connected to the audience, and we want to stay connected to the brand, that's how we started with the facials, because we wanted to be ever present in the minds of our audience, but then also giving them something that's useful. And what Felicia alluded to earlier about working on something new and exciting, we're working on getting the swag bag essentially from the skin clinic. We're working on getting that to the audience a slightly different way, but we're working on getting that to them.
That's awesome.
I know. I'm like, ooh, what's in there?
Yeah.
It's going to be good. So one of the things that we are known for when we do our clinics is we always have these amazing sponsors, and the bag is always worth over $100, sometimes close to $200, and it's a part of what you get when you buy, let's say, a $50, $55 ticket. And it's something that's been shared widely. So we know that that's something that the audience, they miss that kind of product. So we're working on getting that to them. You mentioned the affiliates. We really didn't do any affiliate marketing prior. So Elena, that's how we met, because you know,
Yep.
that was the Swan Week was the first affiliate thing that I, you know, signed up for. I wasn't like into it that much because most of our income through Face Flawless was through our offline events. So now we're looking into more affiliate programs. We're doing the facials. We're working on getting that swag out to consumers. And we're always looking to partner with more brands. So some of the brands that we have partnered with offline, we're looking to partner with those brands online as well.
And we have also forged partnerships for our weekly facials. So we've had the opportunity to partner with a couple of brands where they will sponsor the Friday facial. And that may include a coupon code or discount for our audience. That might include an affiliate relationship on our part with that brand. May also include a giveaway. So there are lots of there are lots of elements of kind of sponsorship there as well. So a way to keep the sponsorship relationships going. So that's always an opportunity for brands.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Seriously, just the way that you've like kept things going and worked on things. Tammy.
The lights have to
I'm almost speechless, but as Elena knows, I'm never speechless.
She never is.
Yeah. But the way that you guys have been able to go from point A to point B and have all this crazy times that we have with the quarantine, shelter in place, and nobody can go anywhere, and the way you guys been able to pivot. I love saying that.
All we think about is friends in the couch.
Yeah. Pivot.
But Felicia never watched Friends, so
no.
No idea.
Oh no!
You get me, Christine. You get me. But to see how you guys have been able to go from point A to point B in the midst of everything is just—it's amazing. It's an amazing story that you guys have. You've been able to go from not doing any affiliate marketing to doing it, and then having working with the brands. And I want the swag bag. I'm gonna have to sign up for that today.
Right, exactly. And for everyone watching, like, I want to share something real quick too, because y'all were privy to this. Is these two ladies like barely have any makeup on right now, and they look absolutely amazing. They have flawless skin, so definitely need to check that out.
They are the real deal, y'all.
The running
joke
seriously.
seriously.
I've been telling Christine when outside opens, like I haven't done injectables or anything, and I was like, when outside opens, it might be my time to explore. It's just all so stressful right now, and I'm like, I'm 45. I can maybe give it a whirl. So my time may be coming. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, just an amazing story the way you've been able to do this, and definitely a success story in the way that, because so many businesses are not doing well, and the way that you guys have been able to make that happen and to continue that revenue stream is just amazing. So kudos to the both of you for doing that. Just awesome.
Thank you.
I'm thoroughly impressed.
On ramping up that revenue stream. We're doing a lot of the groundwork, and to that, prior to COVID, we wanted to launch our virtual skin coaching. And it's something that's now available on the website, on our website. But then this happened, and we saw so many other people doing the virtual skin coaching, and I'm like, oh, okay, now might not be the best time, because I feel like if we do it now, it might seem like, we're trying to capitalize on people being at home. And so I know you didn't ask for questions, but as a business coach and whatnot, like, how do you navigate something like that? What is your thought on that? Like, something that you were planning, but it's because of what's happening, it might seem a little bit too opportunistic. Like, do you have any thoughts on that?
Elena, do you have any thoughts? I mean, I do.
I'm sure we both do, and it'll be interesting to see if our thoughts align.
Sure.
For me, if you've already been planning it and you've already paved the way, there's no reason why you shouldn't launch.
Mhm.
And
Definitely.
it can just be like, hey, we've been planning this for months, for years, and now is the perfect time because you are home. You are able to do this. And while you have the free time, while you're at home, let's work on your face. Let's work on your skin. Let's work on your décolleté. Let's make sure that you have just like this perfect, oh my goodness. Like, I just look at you both. I'm just like, oh, but let's work on that, because what else do we have to do? There's so many of us that are either eating things we shouldn't be, binge watching things we shouldn't be, and
Drinking things you
we
probably should be.
Right. Yeah. And doing things.
You don't want to
there's
from the waist down.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's the business mullet. Business on top, and nothing on the bottom.
We're trademarking that, by the way.
The business mark.
But you know what?
I have to get up. This is how I'm leaving.
She does the Zoom shuffle.
Scooting away.
I can't actually stand up.
I have to agree with Elena on this. I mean, if you've been planning it and this has been kind of your goal and you've been steadily working toward it, and we're going to do this someday. We're going to do it 6 months, 12 months, whenever you were planning to do it. But this is for so many people to do to do those things. This show is a prime example.
Yep.
This was something that, we're going to do a podcast. We want to do these things, but we want to do other things first. Then the pandemic hit. And we're like, hey, we want to get content in front of people. Let's start doing the show. And we started doing it live. And so I think it's the perfect opportunity to do that. Now, maybe your revenue numbers, the numbers that you were thinking, your metrics might not be as high as maybe you were anticipating. Mm-hmm. But I say launch it, go for it, do it. The worst that happens is you don't have as great of a response as maybe you thought. But any progress is propelling you forward, and you can build on that. So even if it's only 5% of what you thought, you can take that 5%, it's 5% more than you had before, and you can continually build upon that as we kind of go along.
Okay.
And I'd love
launched.
to.
It's just a soft launch. We haven't announced it. It's just
right.
There.
And I'd love to be the flip side of Tammy, of it may be bigger than you thought.
That's true.
It may blossom and grow far beyond what you're capable of, and your calendars of virtual sessions are completely booked, and you're not sleeping because you have so many sessions booked. Absolutely. So it could swing the other way. It may be exactly what people are looking for. As things start to open up, people are like, oh wow, I can't fit into my fat jeans anymore. That's not good. So people are, and the other thing is, we do a lot of this. A lot of people are now seeing themselves on a computer screen every single day now. And so there are actually a lot of people now hyper aware of the double chins, the triple chins, things like that. So I think it's a great time if you want to offer things, like a special discount or a limited time offer to help those who may not have the full income that they normally had. Mm-hmm. Definitely you can do that, but it doesn't have to be a long time price. It can be an introductory offer. And like I said, you never know. It could just go,
Absolutely.
Like wildfire.
Absolutely. You never know.
Thank you for answering that so thoughtfully. I know I just kind of like sprung it on you, but it just literally just popped in my head as I was, saying it, and so I just went for it.
No.
This is exactly what this show is for. It's business and learning. It is, that's why we're here, to support each other as entrepreneurs, to support each other as women, and help each other to continue to move forward.
One thing that I wanted to add, and I mean, we love the compliments and feeling like that we've been really smart about how we pivoted our business. But I think that we're clearly, Christine and I are beauty girls at heart, and we really, truly love beauty. And I think we're very fortunate in that beauty continues to thrive in the current environment. So I think that we're in a very lucky, sweet spot that women are still investing in their hair care and skin care. And, you know, maybe she's not going to go out and buy that new Chanel bag, but the Chanel lipstick is the thing that's going to make her feel whole and complete. So I think we're also super fortunate that we're in an industry. We've looked at industry reports and benchmarking surveys and whatnot. And you know, the customer is still spending. And in fact, in some ways, the customer is spending even more because it's like, I don't want to run out of the things that I need. I want to make sure that I have. So I think we're in a very, very privileged position to have an audience that is still looking to invest.
Yeah, definitely. And the other thing is too, with both of you that I have seen both on your Instagram, your blog, and even here as we're talking, is you both are very authentic. And that's one thing that's sometimes hard in the beauty industry, where there is like this mask and it's very superficial. And I've seen, like, I've done different, you know, YouTube searches of different things, and some of them I'm watching and I'm like, really? Like,
it's the only mask
thing. Like, and it doesn't feel authentic. It doesn't feel like someone, like you were saying before, Felicia, about the trust and being able to connect with people and have that trust factor. Like that's what I see in you guys. So I definitely think that really helps with the business. And for people like me, like, that's what I want to see. I want to see someone who is a reflection of me, who is a business owner, who's taking, you know, this seriously, who's not talking to me and showing me like the, you know, this is how you like add studs, you know, like some of the wild things. It's very, it's all natural. It's all, I'm trying to find the words here where I'm not using the same things, authentic and organic, but it really is that. And I think that's the other thing that helped you.
We're very true to ourselves and true to our brand, and people that are with us have, I mean, a lot of people have been along for the ride for a while, but there are also new people that just start following, and they just see the truth in what we're doing is very apparent. And I think that this kind of COVID time is that kind of shines a light on it further, because here we are on Fridays. I mean, we've always stripped down. Like, that's never been a thing for us. We've always been pretty raw in our delivery.
Yeah, and I love that.
What happened to Tammy?
Tammy's screen locked up, but we're just gonna keep on going. She'll hop back on in when she resets, and of course, my 1-year-old has come to us, so he's looking at the puzzle, saying, "Abby."
Yeah, I think other people's kids are cute when they come on. It's mine. I'm like, get out of here.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go, Victor. Can you say hi to everybody? Say hi. There we go. The handoff of the baby. So yeah, I think you guys are doing wonderful. I can't wait to see the launch of the virtual. I will have to do this myself because I definitely could use some help. I've noticed over the last probably 6 months, like, I've always been told that I look much younger than I am. And people stopped saying that about 6 months ago. I'm like, all right, we need to do something.
Now is the time.
Yep, now's the time. I'm no longer baby face. We got to do something about it. So definitely we're going to do that. So we are to one of my favorite parts of the show, and it is rapid fire time. So this is where I'm going to ask you some questions, and if Tammy hops back in, she'll probably fire some questions off too. And basically, the first thing that comes to your noggin, go ahead and answer. There are no right or wrong answers here.
Okay.
Alrighty. So I'm going to let either of you answer. So if one of you is like, ooh, I have one, go right ahead. And if you both have one, both of you go ahead. Well, not at the same time, because then we won't be able to hear you. So, all right, your favorite meal or drink from a local restaurant?
Falafel. I love falafel from a local.
Falafel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I no, I don't have one.
You don't have one? Do you have a favorite restaurant? A
Yeah, I
favorite
mean, I
local
like
restaurant?
Forno's and the Ironbound. I go there a lot. I miss
That's
going
our
there.
favorite.
Yeah, it's our favorite together.
We
And
have
then
lots
there's
of
this
things there.
little place in Clifton called Spatino's that I like. Tapas place. Yeah, so I have favorite restaurants. I don't necessarily have a favorite meal from there, which is maybe odd.
The favorite restaurant's good. So at least we have a favorite restaurant. So that's a good thing. All right. So what's your favorite hobby?
Naps.
Oh, I love you. I love her hobby. What about you, Felicia?
Running, that I just don't have enough time for now because who watches the kid while I go running?
Nice. I would say my favorite is behind you on the walls. I love succulents and plants, but I'm really bad at keeping them alive.
Oh
I kill
my
them all.
Oh,
If I were wearing pants, I would get up and show you one poor succulent that I just killed. That poor succulent is just, ooh, it's so bad. But yeah,
I can imagine what it is because probably my succulent plants probably look similar. And I love that we are all honest and open here, that we have the business mullet going on. Alrighty. So I'm going to ask this one for each of you. So whoever has their answer first, go ahead. So what is your best time management hack?
Mine is to segment the task by minutes, to give it an allotted number of minutes. So if I have to, like right now, I look around, I'm like, oh my God, where do I begin? So I said, okay, kitchen, 15 minutes. I set the timer for 15 minutes, and that's the time that I have to finish it. And I give every section of the house a certain amount of time, because what happens normally is I start in the kitchen, something belongs in the kids' room, that I get in the kids' room and I'm doing stuff there. And I say, nope, you're supposed to be in the kitchen. That's where you are right now. So I give everything an allotted amount of time, and I put it on the timer.
I don't necessarily have a hack. Like if I have a bunch of things that I need to get done, I write them down, and then I look where I am, let's say maybe 4 hours into the day, and then I check again in another 2 hours, and then by the end of the day, if I've done everything, then that's great. But I don't really have hacks. I can't say I found anything that's really worked. I used to do the time thing, and we did that together a lot when we worked in the same office.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be like, okay, we're not going to talk for like an hour, and then we would do something for an hour, no words, and then after that we can say things, but that worked. But as I'm by myself right now, it's really just, if I have things, I make a to-do list, and then checking them off or crossing them out usually makes me feel pretty good. But I don't really have a hack, so to speak.
Yeah, I would say though, doing the to-do list is definitely a hack too, because that mental thing of crossing something off, like, oh, that's done. Yeah. Yes, it's done. I personally like to add things to my list that I already did. Just do this. Oh wait, I just did. There we go. Win for me. I love that. And I love the block time, because I'm exactly like you. I am working on one thing, and I do this with business too. Or I'm doing something and like, oh, I need to send this message. So I hop over and do that. And it's like, oh, look at that. Look at all the squirrels there and the shiny objects that have now captured my attention. And then 3 hours from, I'm like, what was I doing? Oh yeah. And I haven't even started it. So I do that too. So I love the time thing. All right. What is your favorite phone app for time management?
Phone app for time management? I don't have one. I've tried so many. I'm not good with the time management apps. None. I can't commit to any of them.
I don't use them either. I mean, I use an interval timer for my workouts. And I'd say that's the thing. That's probably the thing outside of like social media and like, navigation back in the day. That's the thing I use the most, is the interval timer. So I can set it for any number of minutes, and then like it can go off, will give me a little break, and then it will start again. So I use that a lot. But for time management, nope, I don't have one.
Oh, I like that one. Tammy and I need that one because we're trying to work on getting ready for a 5K if it ever happens here.
Nice.
So we'll definitely need that one for sure.
Tammy, she went out again.
Tammy's not
It's
feeling
okay. Tammy's just not feeling it. Her screen is not feeling it. That's okay. That's okay. We just keep on going. Well, this seriously has been awesome. So I know that you guys have Face Flawless Skin and all of your social networks are on there to connect. And then you do the facial, you said on Fridays, right? What time is that at?
4
That's
p.m.
4
Eastern.
p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fridays. It's on IG Live.
Okay, perfect. All right. So this Friday, I know where I will be at. If it's Eastern, 3 p.m.
Yeah.
3 p.m. I know where I will be at 3 p.m. Central. I'm going to be getting my skincare on.
Yeah.
Yes, and there are recaps on the blog. So if you're interested in seeing a few of the ones that we've done in the past, we have a recap that we put up every Monday of the facial that we did on Friday.
Yeah.
Perfect. I love that. I'll have to definitely check it out. And then your virtual skincare coaching, it is
That
live?
is on the it is live. It's there in the navigation bar. It says virtual skin coaching, I think it's called.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna have to
silently just slip that up there.
just whoop, see if anyone notices it in the navigation. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to sign up for that because I need to have people tell me I look like a baby again, and that there's no possible way that I have 5 kids and that the oldest is 16.
Wait, you have 5 kids?
I do. I have 5 boys.
That's incredible. Oh my God.
Am I back?
That's incredible.
Welcome back, Tammy. You have 5 kids?
I do have 5. I have 5
Holy
boys.
moly.
Oh.
Wow. That's incredible.
That is incredible.
Congratulations.
Yes. You deserve all the prizes.
She does.
All the rewards, all
Wow.
everything. Everything.
I'm in awe of you.
Yes.
So my apologies that my screen froze up. It's live. That's what happens.
It happened.
It's okay. We kept just like they said, the show must go on. So we went on.
There you go.
We went
Awesome. Awesome.
Yes. So very cool. So we have just done the rapid fire, Tammy. So I'm wondering, I'm going to ask you one of these questions, actually 2 of these questions, because
Okay.
it may actually help Christine and Felicia too. So
Sure.
what is your best time management hack?
Okay.
I knew it was going to get a laugh.
Funny that you asked me that. Honestly, my best time management hack is something I do called results list. Now, everybody does, and I know I've talked about this on the show before, I'm pretty sure. So everybody does a to-do list, right? They write down everything they got to do, and it's like 30 things long, and you're like, okay, if I get through like a fourth of this would be great. So one of the things that I learned, I guess it was about a year ago, from my girl Rachel Hollis, is make your to-do list, but then focus on your results list. Like I've got podcast editing. I got all my client podcast editing. I wrote a show template for business and learning. I did all these things, and these are all the things that I actually got done, so that you focus more on what you're getting done as opposed to, oh my God, this is the never-ending list. I'm never going to get to the bottom of it. And so one of the things is every day I look, okay, what are the top 3 things that I absolutely must get done today? Otherwise, Elaine is going to beat me with a wet noodle. No, I'm just kidding. She doesn't do that. She's awesome. But so that way I know, okay, I got to get those 3 things, but then I look at what I'm accomplishing, because that's where you want to put your focus at. Most people put their focus on all the things you have to do, but what are you actually accomplishing, and are you actually being productive? And so that's the thing that helps me in my ADD brain, quite honestly.
All right. Do you use a phone app for any management of that, or time management?
No. I guess the coolest app that I use for kind of keeping things organized with content and things we have to do is really what Elena showed me, Airtable. That's like one of the coolest things. If you don't know what Airtable is, go and Google it right now. Christine and Felicia and anybody else that's listening. It's basically like a spreadsheet, but you can do so much more with it, and you can basically organize your whole life with it. I love it.
Yeah, Airtable is awesome.
And we use it a lot for just things that we are, whether it's things we're doing right now or things we're thinking about doing down the road. And that way, the both of us kind of stay on track with who's doing what and where is our progress within those things. So Airtable, and I believe there's a iPhone app for that one as well.
I believe so too. Yes.
Yeah.
There's an app for everything. So
Pretty
why
much.
not?
Yeah.
Why not
Yeah.
Airtable? So Christine, Felicia, before we end, because you guys have had great questions for us, do you have any more questions or anything that we can help you with?
I think I had that one question. I didn't know there was going to be a question segment, but I'm glad I asked that one.
Yes.
Earlier.
Yes.
What are you guys working on for next week?
Next week, well, Elena is moving. Usually it's me that's moving, but not this time. Elena is moving. And next week, we're going to be having our very good friend, Tisha Lee, who is a virtual assistant and has been a virtual assistant for years and years and years.
Wow.
So she's going to be coming on the show. And she is one of the original, she's an OG of business and learning. When we used to have our virtual expos and all kinds of things we did just strictly online. So it's just going to be her and I chatting, and hopefully Elena can join us if she's not too tired from moving.
Yep. And then after that, we've got Dorothy Elson coming on from Needle Eye Media. She's a Facebook ads expert. So if you're working on Facebook ads for Face Flawless,
Signed up for a course in that.
Yeah, so Dorothy's definitely someone to follow and to listen to. She works with amazing accounts. And then after that, we also have Amber Spears from East Fifth Avenue, which is another thing that you guys would definitely want to check out and follow, because she is all about affiliate marketing and how to have a passive revenue stream coming from affiliate marketing. Yeah, definitely someone you need to check out.
What's her name?
Amber Spears. She is from East Fifth Avenue.
Amber Spears.
Yep.
Awesome.
I will definitely check her out.
For sure.
Yes.
Well, ladies, I know I missed the last part of this, but this has been an amazing conversation. I'm so glad we actually got to talk tonight. You guys are awesome. I love it.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
absolutely.
It's good to virtually meet you. It's good to see you, Elena.
All right.
Thank
Thank
you for
you.
having us on.
Yes.
Yes.
Really appreciate it.
Sure.
Yes. Thank you for being here.
So,
Tammy, that was awesome.
yes.
I love
my
them.
God, I love them. I want that swag bag so badly. We kind of went overtime a little bit tonight, but that's okay. It's great conversations, and it allowed me to come back. So thanks everyone for joining us on this special edition of the Business and Learning Show. We'd like to thank our very special guests of Face Flawless Skin, Christine and Felicia. If you want to know more, go to their website, faceflawlessskin.com. Check out them on IG with their weekly Friday facials. And then also check out their website. See, maybe there's something that they can help you with. So thank you so much for joining tonight. We'll be back next Tuesday night. Like I said, we'll be talking with my buddy Tisha Lee. So excited to talk with her all about what she's been doing and her virtual assistant and working from home. So if you want to know any tips and tricks about that, definitely check us out next week at 7 p.m. Central Time.
Yes, and then if you want to sign up for our mailing list or learn more about business learning, head over to businessandlearning.com. We'll be uploading our episodes and past episodes, so you'll be able to check those out. And thank you guys for joining us today, and we will see you next week.
Bye, guys.